People often ask me if there's a strategy to use that they can follow in order to create good social media content, and there is. In fact, there's lots of models that I can share with you that are all true for this kind of marketing, but if we keep it really, really simple so that you can sit there and think, oh, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? And we keep it down to two things, then it should work for you. So the two things are that you're going to talk about who and what. People want to know who you are. So one of the things that you're going to talk about is you as a company. So what is your company about? Where is it located? How do they get in touch with you? That kind of thing. Then they want to know about you personally as a human being. And then they want to know about you as a professional. So you might say, why would I want to talk about me as a human being? Well, one of the other strategies, if you like, is called the customer journey. And the start of the customer journey starts with know, like, trust, try. And every customer that discovers and then buys a product starts along that journey, along those 4 steps. There's another 4 steps, but the first 4 steps are know, like, trust, try. So that means that you've gone from being unknown to known. So this is why they want to know about your business, your company, so that they know about it. They know where it is, when it's open, what you do, that kind of stuff. And then they want to like you, so they can like your company, especially if you donate to charities and you're ecologically friendly and welcoming of everybody. They can like your company, but they're also doing business with you, so they've got to like you. So that's why they need to know about you as a human being. So you're going to share some of that information about yourself. Now, you don't have to go too private. You don't have to tell them about your kids and so on if you don't want to. But you can share the kind of things that you're interested in. So that's you as a human being. And then you as a professional, it is your job title, the things you do. And as I've said before, if you've got certificates on the wall or you've got examples around you of who you are and what you do professionally, that enhances the whole professional sense of your video without it becoming too Hollywood. So that's the who. So you remember it's 2 parts, who and what. So the what comes into what does your company have as products and services. So you talk about whatever it is that you do. So I work, for instance, with a few distilleries. So I work with somebody that creates gin. She makes gin. So she can talk about gin as a big picture product, you know, how it's made from juniper berries and so on, and how there's botanicals in it and where she gets those from. So big picture, or she can talk about the products that she creates within gin, and there's about 8 different flavors. And she can talk about the services where she does gin tasting and she appears at events and so on and so forth. So she's talking about the company, but coming down a little bit in detail. So talking more about the individual products and services. The other thing is that you talk about the problems that you solve. So for instance, if you are a podiatrist, you maybe do ingrowing toenails, you maybe do sprains, you maybe do varicose veins, you maybe do verrucas, all that kind of stuff. So you talk about the problems that you solve. And if you're thinking, well, what's the problem that gin solves? Well, there's things like, how do you relax? How do you share your things with other people? How do you show that you're generous? How do you show that you know things? You can show different cocktails that you drink. You can do all sorts of interesting things that solves not world-changing problems, but you know, how do you entertain? How do you stop from getting bored? How do you become generous with other people? That kind of thing. So what problems do you solve? And finally, how do you do it? So that comes down to the trust and try. So remember, we've got know, like. So these people will like you by now because they know about your business, they know about what you do, they know about your products and services, but then they have to trust you. So when you're demonstrating what you do, that's where they trust you. So for instance, the podiatrist might show some stretches to do so that you don't get shin splints when you're walking. They might show you how to properly fit orthotics or shoes, or which socks to wear to stop you from getting athlete's foot, whatever. So they're demonstrating value there. With the gin company, they might show you what mixes to use with which particular gins, or how to make a cocktail, or what the best glasses are, or how you get circular ice cube balls, whatever. They're demonstrating value. So you've gone from know and like to trust, and then the next step is to get people to try. So the way that you get people to try is you give them a little example of what they can do at home. So they try your professional advice out. Of course, you can go further than that, but basically with social media, keeping it very, very simple, all you're looking at is who and what. Who's the company, who you are as a person, as a professional, and then what you do as a company, what you do in more detail, what problems you solve, and how you do it. Hopefully that's been useful to you, and if it has, and if you want more things like this, and you want us to help you to produce those videos and those content pieces, please contact us at doneforyoumarketing.com.au.